All right, we are camping, and I brought a project. Yesterday I made a sheath, sheath for these knives that I bought. It's a set of 3 knives. They're really sharp, and the last time I tried to store them in a tool roll, one of them, probably this one, poked through the end and cut my finger. So yesterday, or last night, I made a sheath. I bought some leather. This is an 8 by 12 piece of leather I bought on Amazon, some rivets, and some little tools to punch holes in leather. And that's what I came up with. It works. It doesn't fall out, but it's not pretty. But that's okay. As long as it works, that's all that matters to me. So today, on the way to the campground, I bought this old, I stopped at a thrift store, bought this old, I guess you call it an attaché case, $4.98. And I cut some sheets of naugahyde out of it. This is not great, and I do have more leather on the way, but I'm going to practice with this naugahyde and see if I can get any better. Here we go. All right, let's see if I can get started on this. I've got some sharp scissors, a knife, rivets are laid to the side, a little hammer, and let's see what we can do. So I think that's too shallow. I don't need all of that. So what if now I am not expecting this material to stop this from cutting through, because it would cut it very easily. But at least it gives me something temporary until I can make something else. So let's maybe start let's not make any dents in the camp table. Let's maybe start one here. Just to get us started. Okay, so what that's going to do is put a hole in 2 spots. And what I'm going to do, these little rivets are pretty neat. So put that through, and then the mating side will snap in place to kind of hold it until you can smash it together. Now I've got a really sophisticated riveting tool, as you can see. Okay, now so that gives us a starting point. What I'll do is maybe trim that out. Let's maybe start another one here-ish. This stuff is really soft compared to the leather. All right, Let's do another one. Okay, so we need to stitch in our end. I'll kind of try to mark this with my fingernail, the shape of the knife, so I kind of know where to go. This goes pretty fast. I think the first piece of leather I bought with the hole punches and everything, the rivets, the hole punch, piece of leather, I think all together was 17 bucks, 18 bucks, somewhere in there. Amazon. And I'll put links in the description to what I bought. Like I said, this is not permanent, and I do not expect it to be pretty. I just want it to be functional enough to carry these for a bit. All right, so you get the idea. I'm going to probably do some more of these off camera. I'm just visually spacing these. There's no measuring. It's just by eye. But you can see how fast it's going. So I do plan to use one of these knives, probably the big one later. Got some steak to cook and some baked potatoes to cook on the campfire. Starting to get hungry and looking forward to that. And I'm at Look Rock Campground, if you're familiar with Smoky Mountains at all. This is right next to 129 or the Dragon, famous road. Like I said, there's nothing sophisticated about this at all. It just needs to work. I am not a leather smith or leather worker. In fact, that big square one I just showed you is the first time ever I've worked with leather. Maybe put one here. Well, I said I was going to do this off camera, but I'm not off camera. The process last night was exactly the same on the other knife and the piece of actual leather. Okay, so it's holding it in, and the edge is covered and protected that's all I need. That's my whole goal. Okay, let me trim this up. I'll be back. All right, so here is the end result. It ain't pretty, but it'll work, and that's my goal. So it does hold it. Whoop, I said it holds it. No, it does not. Well, if I put it in a little bit farther, no, it does not hold it. But it doesn't just fall off either. So for now, it's better than nothing. And I've gotten a little more practice at making this junk. So anyway, I can now put this in the storage bin and not worry about reaching in to grab stuff and cutting my finger off. So anyway, hopefully this will inspire you to pick up a piece of leather, get some rivets, and make your own. See you on the next one.